Okay guys, so now it's time to build the magic calculator, our final application. And this is the basic design that I created for our calculator. You can see that I created it in Adobe XD. You can use Figma or Adobe XD, anything to create your basic designs. And honestly, it's not even important every single time to make your design if you're just building a sample project. So this is how our app would look like. And I just made this to give you a basic overview. So what will happen is that if you know your friend's birth date, you can just enter that first here, okay? And then press equal to. So the moment you press equal to, the color of this equal to button will change. And then you can enter just bunch of random numbers. You can ask your friend to name a 3-digit number. They will enter, then you can add, multiply or whatever. And then you press equal to, their birth date will appear again. Okay, the date that you entered at the beginning. So let's quickly code this. In this video, we will be making the UI, and in the following videos, we will be adding the logic and making it a better application. Okay. So let's open our VS Code. Let me minimize this, and let's, I hope you guys know how to create a project. Control Shift P, Flutter, and new project. You can select it as an application and then select the folder and name the app. So I will give it magic underscore calculator. Okay. So let the app build quickly. So let's wait while the app is building. And you can see that app is built now. Now let's wait for it to analyze this code, and we will know the moment it's analyzed when it turns orange. Okay. For you, the color might be different, but you will basically not see the analyzing tab right now because I just opened it. It's not appearing. It will come and then it will analyze the code. Okay. So till the time it's analyzing, let's quickly remove the boilerplate code. So we do not want anything from here. And the first class, the first stateless class, which is the my app, let's keep it. And let's remove this theme data. Okay, let's write here the name of our application as Magic Calculator. Magic Calculator. Okay, and you can rename your app if you want. You can write here Magic Calc. Okay, I'm not giving it a big name. So I have to change everywhere where my app is written. This is a constructor, as if you guys remember the constructor, and we will change the name here also, Magic Calc. Okay, so let's save whatever the changes we made, and let's remove this title as well. Now let's save it. It's still analyzing, so let's wait till it analyzes the code. Okay, so now that our code is analyzed, we can just first add the constant keyword here to remove these blue lines. Okay. And you can see that we don't have a class by the name my homepage, so that is why this error is coming. So first let's create a new file and call it homepage again, home.dart. Okay, let's name it home.dart, and it's creating the file. And what we will do is just replace the name here. So let's first copy and paste this. Let's basically, I hope you guys remember that this imports all the classes and functions of Flutter and gives you access to them. So now what we want to do is make a stateful widget. Okay, and we will give the name as homepage. And now just remove this my. I hope this works, and I have to import that file here. Import, let's call homepage directly, home.dart. You can see that it's coming. So these suggestions are really helpful, and if you are not getting these suggestions, try to reinstall this Dart and Flutter. Okay, so now you can see that there is an error in widget underscore test.dart. So what you can do is just copy this here and rename this my app. Save the file and save this file as well. Let's remove the container and add a safe area. And inside the safe area, I want to give it a child, and let's give it a scaffold. Scaffold. Okay, now I will save this, and now I will quickly run my application. Okay, so our project is loaded now. Let's also remove this debug checker here. Okay, so this is inside this only. Show debug checker equals to false. All right. So now let's see how our UI looks. So it is black in color, right? But it's not exactly black. Let's click on this and I can just get the color code from here. Copy. So let's give our scaffold a color, right? So this is how you can basically add color codes to your instead of writing colors dot, you can do this color bracket, you will write 0xff and then paste the color code, which is, and remove the hashtag, which is basically now the color is added. Okay, so let me show you. The moment I press save, the screen is now with that color. So I want to make a container. You can see that here there are two containers, 1 and 2. Okay, this entire container, and within that container there are these different containers and they all have a child of text. Okay, so right now let me make these two containers. One container will have the text and the other container will be this entire container. Okay, so let's do it. And right now in the body property, make sure you write this inside scaffold itself. In the body, you will give first column, because there are two columns, right? Children. So we'll make one container and another container. Okay. Let's also get the size variable here. Final size equals to media query. Okay, not this. Media query. 1 second. Dot of context dot size. And if you forgot what this means, this basically gives you the size of whichever device you are using. So for the first container, let me just give it some color so that we can differentiate. So I'll give it colors dot, let's give it amber, and the second one I will give colors dot pink. Okay, let me save them, and nothing will appear because they are practically, well, they are invisible, right? Because they don't have a height and width. So let me give it a height of, let's say, size dot height, and we will divide it by 50. Okay, let's save it. And this is too small, so let me just reduce the value a bit. 30. Okay, let's go for 20. Okay, and similarly you can see that it's, although it's enough, but let's do just a bit more. Let's go with 15. Okay, this is fine. And in the another container, let's give it a height of size dot height by, let's go for 3. Okay, because it's a big container, we want to use majority of the screen, so it's still not enough, so let's divide it by 2. Okay, so this is fine. Now for the column, what we can do is just press enter first, and let's give it a main axis alignment of main axis alignment dot end, because we want both of them to be at the end, right? So let's save that, and now we can see that they're here. Let me also quickly increase the size of this pink container. So let me give it 1.5. This is way too much. Let's go for 1.7. Okay. So this is basically what you need to do every single time. You have to try to do trial and error. All right. And now we want to get the color of this container, the major container. Let me get the color is this. Okay, let me copy this, and you guys can see the color codes. You can just copy them. And for the color of this pink one, let me give it color, open brackets, 0xff. So this is the basic syntax that you need to write in order to define a color code, and remove the hashtag. And now let's save this, and you can see that the color is differentiated here. So make sure that both of these colors are not too similar, because you will get the idea then that they are different containers, right? And for this container, we can just keep this yellow for now so that we can see where the container exactly is. Also, you can add a constant keyword here and let's save it. So now what we want to do is, you can see that here the borders, let me just zoom in a bit, and you can see that the borders are curved, right? So to do that, we can use decoration. Decoration is a property for containers. Let me press enter at the end. Decoration and box decoration. Here it is. Now I'm sure you guys remember that if you use decoration, you cannot use color separately. You have to use color within the decoration itself. So let's enter and paste it here. Remove this constant from here and add it on the parent widget itself. Okay. Okay. So now that's fine. Right. And now we want to curve the borders. So to do that, what you can do is, there is a property called border radius, which takes, let's see what does it take. It takes border radius geometry. So for the border radius, you can do border radius. Okay, border radius. You can either curve all the edges, or you can curve just the top two, right? So bottom left, you can do radius dot circular, and you can give a number here. So let's give 30. Okay. So you will not add a semicolon, and you will add a comma, because you can also add different things. So we will not use bottom left, we will do top left, because we want to change the top left and top right. Okay. And let me quickly change it, top right, and let's go with radius dot circular, radius dot circular, and 30 here again. Okay, now save it, and you will see that the radius is curved. Now this is, the difference is not that much, so let me curve this a bit more. 50, let's go for 50 here as well. And now you can see that it's curved, and the curve is also visible.